Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi.
Hello. What if I told you that you could have 2,000 followers, 500 contacts on your phone, and still feel like you have no one? What if I told you that? What if I told you you have 10,000 followers on your social media platforms, 10,000 contacts you've saved on your phone, but still feel like you are very alone? Would you believe me? This is Today in Focus, and today we are going to talk about the loneliness generation. You are listening to Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi. My name is Jane, and I'm your host for this show. Our WhatsApp number is 0728 091 656. Our social media platforms, Simba Nest Radio on X, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, and Simba Nest TV on YouTube. Today, we're talking about something many people feel, but very few openly admit. And this is about loneliness, and not the kind of loneliness when you are physically alone, but the kind where you are surrounded by people and still feel disconnected. Like you find yourself every day. You have people that you work with, people that you walk with, people that you take your lunch with, people that you share stories with, people that you share jokes with, but still, deep down, you feel like you are alone. And in a fast-moving city like Nairobi, where everyone is chasing something, by something we mean success, money, survival, are we slowly losing real human connection? What do you think? What is your opinion on that? Share your opinion with us on 0728 091 656. And let's start here. We are the most connected generation in history. As we all know, WhatsApp messages every minute, TikTok scrolling for hours, Instagram stories, and so on and so on. Comments, likes. But here's the question: when was the last time you had a real deep conversation with someone? Do you remember? Do you remember the last time you opened your heart to someone and cried it out, had a deep conversation with them? Do you really remember that? If no, what does that mean to you? Do you have friends, or are you connected to someone, or do you feel lonely? What do you think? And ni lini mwisho mtu akupigia kukuuliza uko wapi, unafanya nini, umeona hii, ama kakutumia memes? Ni lini uli have that real conversation? Ni lini mtu aliwahi kupigia akakuuliza how are you doing, are you fine? Have you? Sometimes, okay, most of the times, some people just wake up check their phones, interact online all day, and go to sleep without a single meaningful human moment. By that I mean ulikuwa usha post maybe a reel, unaingia maybe TikTok, unapata kuna comments. Leave that alone. TikTok, WhatsApp is where most of the time watu who interact. Unapata umeweka kitu status, watu wana react, kucheka, maybe wanasema kitu kuhusu hiyo status, maybe if it's a meme or whatever. But at the end of the day, hauna hata mtu wa kukuuliza how was your day, umeshinda aje. And that's really sad. You realize you are alone when una feel uko na moyo mzito, you need to talk to someone. You scroll through your phone, unapata there is no one you can talk to. And that's a real thing. It's happening to many of us. We think we have friends, but that serious moment when you need someone, you realize you really don't have anyone you can even talk to. And let's just be honest. Having followers today feels like having status. Yeah. You find ukiwa na followers wengi kwa social media, una feel like uko nako ka status, uko nako ka class. But followers are not friends. We all can agree on that, because our followers ndo ile time utawai fumble kidogo tu hivi, unapata wanaku unfollow. Uje ipatana na mass unfollowing kutoka kwa fans, kutoka kwa followers? You've never. And until it happens, you won't realize. And you can post something right now, get 100 likes in 5 minutes. But if you are in real trouble, is there anyone among those followers maybe, or the people you've saved, who can really come through for you? Is there? I don't know what you think about that. You're listening to Simba Nest Radio, Sauti ya Mwananchi. This is Today in Focus, and I'm your host, Jane Naitore. And there are people who look popular online, but in real life they are alone. And there are others with no social media presence, but they have strong and real relationships. Some people tend to say that watu wenye wako online wanaonyeshana maybe spouse wao, wanaonyeshana venye wanapendana online. You find that maybe kwa real life wanakosana sana. I don't know if it's true, but in every relationship kwasangi such things, but most of the time bado unapata watu, kuna mtu wako na followers wengi sana uko TikTok and wherever, but kwa marafiki ukimuuliza who is your friend, who is your real friend, hana. And that is sad. As much as inaweza onekana normal, it's not, because people are suffering with depression out here, but kwa social media wanatuonyesha wako happy. And are we going to build a popularity ama a connection? Tutastrive kukua famous ama tutastrive kukua na real friendships? What should we strive on achieving? Popularity ama hizo real connections with people around us, and our families. Sometimes you find even time unahitaji usaidizi ama time you need that someone to talk to, hata familia hakuna. But kwa social media say ako very very interactive na watu. And let's try and go deeper on this. Why are those real friendships becoming harder to build? What do you think? It's hard to build those real friendships. Why do you think? What do you think is the problem? And personally, I think it's all about trust. And people have made life more competitive. And about trust, I mean, people are afraid to open up. Because, say by the way, people are saying, ku-open up kwa msee, you see venye mtu akishikwa na polisi wanakuambia, whatever you say will be used against you in the court of law. You know, there is that thing they say. So it's like, say, whatever you say, you open up to your friend right now, then the next few days mkikosana, whatever you told them ndo wanatumia kukuattack. No matter how deep ilikuwa, no matter how hurting ilikuwa, they use it against you, and that is not good. So it becomes hard to trust anyone. For example, you know someone, but I think building friendships ukishakuwa adult ni ngumu. It's a bit hard. Sometimes I think it's better kukana zile friendships za kitambo zenye mle build mkiwa watoto, because that iyo mnajuana vizuri. You know everyone's unajua siri za yule, anajua siri zako, so na sometimes it's easier kutrust msee kutoka huko kitambo than mkiwa adults. And it's a bad thing. It's not a good thing. And to those watu wenye hawajui kuweka siri za watu, shame on you. Because the moment I come to open up to you, it means nime risk kukutrust. There are many people I could go to, but I chose to come to you. But you don't respect it. By trust na respect na maanisha, if I told you something tukiwa in good terms, even ile time tutakosana, ufai kuni expose na hiyo kitu nilikuambia. You should respect your time tulikuwa marafiki na the secrets tuliekeana na whatever. Not kuni expose nazo juu tumekosana. That is not good. And about competition, watu wame take life more, wana take life ni kama competition, of which life is not a competition. Watu, okay, ukiona nikona, we ni rafiki yangu, ukiona nikona nakuwa na pesa kukuliko, unakasirika na utayo kuwa rafiki yangu tena. Why? Mimi kupata pesa haimaanishi we hautapata pesa. Me being successful doesn't mean you won't be successful. So tuache kutake life like ni competition. Life si competition. And even friends wana compete silently. They won't say it, but wanna compete silently. And it's not a good thing. Let's take a short break, then to continue from there. Welcome back. So this is Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi, and hii ni Today in Focus, na leo tunaongelea the loneliness generation, and by this we mean where uko na many people around you but still you feel alone. You have many followers but zero friends. And I'd ask you guys, what do you think is the reason why it's hard to build real friendships? And that is what we were discussing. And something else that I think is the reason why ni juu watu wako busy sana. Life is all about surviving. To many of us, not to everyone. Some people are lucky enough how survive, they are living the life, but some wanna survive, and you find this person ako busy all the time. If he's not, if the person is not busy doing this, ako busy doing the other thing. Kama hayuko nyumbani, ako busy akihaso. Akiwa nyumbani anafanya kazi za nyumbani, anapumzika, then hata hakuna hiyo time ya kubuild friendships. And behind the scene, maybe kuna wenye wanatakanga au marafiki behind the scene, we just don't know. And there is this pressure to be okay. Kila mtu anataka like unataka kukua, kuonekana uko fiti. And on social media kila mtu ana win, kila mtu ana travel, kila mtu ako blessed. Na that is not venye kwa ground mambo iko. And different story. Ndo ina happen kwa real life. This is a deep one though. I don't know your opinion on this loneliness generation, but I think it's something deep. Our WhatsApp number is 0728091656. On social media platforms, Simba Nest TV on YouTube, Simba Nest Radio on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. And you can share your opinions with us. And people are struggling silently, but they feel like they can't show it. Because the moment you show your weakness, you feel judged or ignored. That is true. Mostly watu hata hawataki marafiki, wana struggle, wanataka wenye washa make it in life. But it's okay. Kila mtu na opinions zake, kila mtu na kila mtu na chenye anataka. Kila mtu na preference zake. We don't judge. But real friendships hazijengwi hivyo. And so instead, people wanna suffer quietly. Na wanatupostia tu wakismile. Yeah, we all know. Watu wanapost tu wakismile, but behind the scene. And let's try to compare the two worlds. In traditional communities, people knew each other. Neighbors checked on each other. Problems were shared. But huku kitambo, it would be better because hadi mlikuwa na time ya kusherehekea pamoja. Almost kila mtu alikuwa anajua kila mtu kwa society, but right now kila mtu ako na life yake privately, and sijui if tunafaa turudi huko nyuma and see where we went wrong, ama tunafaa tufanye nini. But today it's mind your own business, focus on yourself. But then right now ukijaribu kufuatilia msee, unaambiwa mind your own business. Besides, kila mtu akona mashida zake. Nani akona masaa ya kwenda kufuatilia mashida za wengine? Is there? No. And I think it's hard to trust easily. Watu hawaamini watu haraka. But in cities like Nairobi, hadi kwa ploti unapata msee mko next kwa hiyo nyumba ingine. Okay, unaishi hapa, naishi hapa. You live even for years bila kujuana ama kuongea ama kuwa marafiki. But kitambo hakukuwa hivyo. Kitambo hata huko unaishi kilomita ngapi, kujuana nawe ilikuwa ni lazima. And tunakuwa independent ama isolated. Tunakuwa gani between those two? And here's what is where it gets interesting. If real connection is fading, nini hiyo ina-replace? Ni online friendships, short term relationships, constant entertainment, ama kuongea na AI. Because sometimes you find it's easier kuuliza AI ama kushare your personal life na AI than na mtu ako karibu na wewe. But anyway, tuta change tuna life ama tutafanya tutajenga hiyo popularity ama connections? What do you think tunafaa tujenge hapo? But it's easier. No judgment, no pressure, no vulnerability. So pia there is no depth. And the big question is this evolution ama ni problem? Are we adapting to a new world ama slowly losing something essential as humans? As much as dunia ina change na tunajaribu kuchange nayo, tuna lose humanity kweli? What do you think? Let's remember, at the end of the day, money is important, but still success ni important. But bila watu kwa life yako, not just watu but real people, itakuwa hard to hizo zote ku make sense. Itakuwa hard zote ku make meaning. But tujaribu tu ku make hizo real connections. We try to be there for each other because life ni hard already. So, and tujaribu tu kukua watu wazuri, kukua marafiki wazuri. And sometimes friends become family, and sometimes family become the enemies. You never know. And maybe the issue is not where the connection goes. Maybe it's just different. Yeah. I think that's all for today. Share your opinion with us on 0728 091 656 on social media platforms, Simba Nest TV on YouTube, Simba Nest Radio on X, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. This is Today in Focus. My name is Jen Naitore. Have a nice day until the next episode of Today in Focus.
Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi.